Hey, how's it going there, guys and girls? Welcome back. Me and the wifey are out again, and we're going to talk about a very interesting subject. It's a bit of an oxymoron, I think, from our point of view, and that is, should everyone be riding a motorcycle? It's going to be tough, I think, but let's jump right in. All right, wifey, off you go. You going to do a U-turn?
Nope.
We've just been practicing for the Wifey CBT, which will be happening soon. See, I did it properly. Woo, dogfight! I love being able to do that, it's so fun.
What's that?
Just riding with other people is always just fun. I don't know what it is, but it's just fun.
Wait till I get my R1 and then we'll see who wins.
I think I'll still win on this.
We'll see.
This is quick. Alright, so what do we mean by should everyone be riding? Well, you know what it's like, but there are some people out there that are so ultra clumsy. Even people that are driving and they're clumsy drivers and things like that. Should we be encouraging those kinds of people to get on a motorcycle or not? You know, are there some people that are just destined not to be able to ride? What do you think, wifey?
I think we should not be encouraging those people, if I'm honest.
But don't you think they could learn?
I think it depends on the level of clumsiness they've got.
I mean, I think we can all be clumsy at times, but at the same time, you know, like how clumsy do you need to be to, you know, to not be able to drive properly or not be able to ride a motorcycle properly? Because I think from a point of view, you could say, well, it's everyone's right to be able to drive a car, so they should be able to ride a motorcycle as well, right?
I think you have to take into consideration things like how many times that person crashed their car and it's been their fault.
Well, the idea is that they never crash their car.
I know, but a clumsy driver might do.
But it's not even that. I mean, I think it's little things like not indicating around roundabouts, like, I don't know, like moving outwards before they do a
turn. Oh my gosh, that irritates the heck out of me.
Yeah, it's stupid. Like, imagine if this car here decides to move out right before they turn left. There's so many people that do that, and it's like, yeah, fine, if you drive a van or a lorry, then yeah, fine, you can do that. But I mean, in a car, come on.
Yeah, you don't need that extra room, do you?
Absolutely not. It's stupid. But there's little things like that certain people do. And you guys all know what I'm talking about because we've all seen it. We've all seen it. And like, it's just one of those things where you think to yourself, how on earth did you get a driving license? You know? How many dicks did you have to suck to get your driving license? Because in some cases it is that extreme.
Yeah.
You know, the stupidity of certain people.
And you've got to think, these people that are like, who don't indicate, who do go wide, who don't check their mirrors, they're not just a danger to them, they're a danger to themselves. Like, you want to put that person on a motorbike where they haven't got like the shelf around themselves and you know.
I mean, how much of this clumsiness do you think actually stems from them as a person, or them just feeling overly confident that they're in something that protects them?
Oh, that's a good question.
You know, like, does the car give you too much confidence in your level of safety and all that, and so you take more risks, or you don't really think about things as much as you probably should, you know, before you do them and all that stuff?
Yeah.
You know, like what you did just there, just little things like looking over your shoulder is a vital part of riding a motorcycle safely. And do you think that everyone will do that?
No.
Do you think these clumsy people do that? These clumsy people don't even check their mirrors.
I don't think they even check their blind spots, let alone their mirrors.
Exactly. They don't check their mirrors. They don't check what's around them. They're not aware of their surroundings. And I think that's one of the biggest skills that a lot of motorcyclists need to have if they want to be safe, is to be aware of what's around them and be aware of what's going on at all times, so they're ready to react you know, a split second's notice
Yeah.
if they need to. And
I think the thing is, being a show off in a car and then getting on a bike and being show off is so dangerous.
yeah, it is, but showing off in a car arguably is safer because you're on four wheels and
No,
it's
that's what
easier
I'm
to
saying,
control.
but like someone who does show off on a car, will be like, oh, I'm pretty big bollocks, I've got an R1, I've got a 1400 or what have you. I'm going to go and do wheelies down the road and start revving and stuff, and like, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Not just for them, again, for pedestrians and for other people.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're kind of going a little bit off topic there because these people, I actually bet you, are quite skilled, which is why they're overconfident.
Not in all cases, I don't think.
People that are pulling wheelies all the time, because they can. I think there's a lot of skill.
Well, yeah, but not
But it's
everyone who is confident is skilled, is what I'm saying.
I get that. I get that. But there's a fine line, isn't there, between being skilled and being overconfident.
That's it, yeah.
And I think that's especially true on a motorcycle where your overconfidence can get you killed quite easily. It doesn't take much to get yourself killed on a motorcycle.
No, right.
But yeah, I mean, from that, that's from someone who isn't necessarily clumsy, but someone who is very arrogant, almost.
Yeah.
Or even just a little bit of arrogance. But I mean, yeah, like clumsy people, they probably don't even have that confidence. They probably don't even think about how confident they are. They just do things. I've seen some really bad drivers. I've been in cars where the person driving has been a really bad driver, and not from a subjective point of view, just from the things that they're doing on the road. Their attitude towards the road, the way how they do things. Like how they slow down, how they speed up, how they change gears, how they indicate, how they look in their mirrors, how they don't look in their mirrors. These are all things that I don't think are subjective.
And people who lane drift.
Lane drifting, that's another big one. Funnily enough, the person who I was referring to actually did that as well.
Oh, really?
On the motorway, yeah, and they lane drifted. It was one of the times when I was going over to Thorpe Park.
Yeah.
But it was a long time ago, and and they were drifting all over the place. It got so bad that on the way back, I was like, right, I'm sorry, I'm driving. There was no one else in the car that felt safe. No one in the car felt safe. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, I think they got a bit upset and a bit offended because I did actually take control and I did actually drive on the way back, and everyone was a lot happier. But like, it's just crazy how there are these people that they're not even aware of their incompetence. That's the thing. They're not aware of how bad they are.
I was about to say, do you think they realise how bad they are? And no, I think you're right, they don't.
No, and it takes. I mean, I know that sounds a bit mean and all that, but it's one of those occasions where when someone else feels so unsafe, they have to take over and drive your car. But, for everyone's safety. Like, do you think that's like the arse kicking that they need to get themselves into gear and like actually figure out where they're going wrong and how they can improve and all that?
But the thing is, it depends on how receptive that person is.
Yeah. And again, I suppose how aware they are of their clumsiness.
That's it.
But I think most of us have known a person like that, where they're just such bad drivers. But then the opposite is also true, where there are some people that fail their driving test a load of times, and then they end up becoming paramedics.
Yeah.
Like one of our friends, he failed his driving test about 5 or 6 times. And to be fair, he's not a bad driver, at least from what I've seen. But now he's a full-time paramedic, and he does really well.
Yeah.
So I suppose there's you get some people that are probably like, they make silly mistakes with that, and they're like, oh damn it, I shouldn't have made that mistake. And then you get people that are like,
well, that wasn't my fault.
yeah, that it wasn't my fault.
That's such a dangerous attitude to have.
Yeah, and again, that's one thing that clumsy drivers a lot of the time have, is they're not aware when it's their fault when something goes wrong. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Oh, wait. See, like that. There you go. That's a clumsy driver right there. They shouldn't have done that. They should have committed.
Yeah.
Like things like that. You see, we haven't even been riding for 10 minutes, and someone does something clumsy. See? Like, would you put that person on a motorcycle? Okay,
Absolutely not.
fair enough. They made a mistake. Okay, they made
But
a
you
mistake.
commit to the route you're going.
But imagine if they're on a motorcycle and a car on the outside decides to overtake them because they thought they were going left.
Yeah.
Guess what? That would have been a crash. They would have crashed.
Yeah.
So on a motorcycle, it's especially true that when you are indicating and you intend to go a certain way, even if you're like, even if you're mid-turn and you're like, oh no, actually this isn't the way I want to go, commit to it. Commit to it anyway. Find a safe place to turn around and come back. We said this so many times on the reaction videos because we see that so often where people just make on-the-fly maneuvers where they change their minds in which lane they want to be in or which direction they want to be in. And it's so unsafe, man. Because no one's expecting it.
No.
The best way to ride or drive is to do things that people are expecting you to do. That's what indicators are for, like, you know?
Yeah.
If you're indicating to go somewhere, then everyone's expecting you to go that direction. Well, commit to going that direction. Until you're in a place where you can turn around and go the way you actually were meant to go. It happens on roundabouts, it happens on motorways, it happens so often where people just, they panic and they're like, oh shit, I need to go that direction. And then they just mess up everybody else because they messed up.
But it's like on our race video. I went the wrong way. I committed to going that way.
Exactly.
And I was like, oh, I've gone the wrong way. I'm going to turn around now.
The thing that people don't realise is that even if you come off at the wrong junction on a motorway, you can just get back on it again.
But here's a question for you. Clumsy drivers, do you think they are considerate of other riders around them, unaware of most like
Clumsy drivers?
Yeah.
No, I don't think they are.
So
I think in a lot of cases they are totally unaware until the rider is like right in front of them.
But again, it's like we've said, loud pipes save lives or something, is that the phrase?
Yeah, loud pipes save lives, yeah. But that's the thing, these people as well are like deaf to how loud something is as well, you know? They can be. I'm not saying that that's the case for everybody, but...
Like that car on the roundabout, I don't think they're in the right lane.
Oh no. I've fallen behind you a little bit, but it's okay, I'll catch up.
I know my way home.
Alright.
I don't need no man.
I'm catching up with you anyway.
No, go away.
Alright, yeah. But yeah, it's an interesting one because from our point of view, our jobs are to try and get as many people as possible into motorcycles, as many people riding as possible. And when you see certain people that drive a certain way, you think, wow, they really shouldn't be driving, let alone riding a motorcycle, you know? So, you okay?
My helmet is clean.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one because from my point of view, yeah, I want everyone to be riding. But I think there's a slight realization that some people can't. Or they shouldn't, just because they're...
Too dangerous.
Too dangerous, yeah, like you said, they're in danger to themselves and everyone else. But I mean, you'd hope that those kinds of people get filtered out, you know, with testing and doing CBTs and doing full licenses and all that. But there are some people that will slip through the nets. You know, they will luck their way through a test or something like that.
They'll do everything right on the day, and that's all you need to do.
Exactly, yeah.
Prove you can do it on the day, and then that's it for you, really.
And then after that, yeah, they don't care. They're like, oh, well, I did it now, so I don't have to worry about it. And it's like, well, there's a reason why, you know. But
it's what we said before. You don't stop learning just because you've done your test.
Mm-hmm.
Arguably. Yeah, that's the one. You actually carry on learning because you've got real road experience.
You absolutely do. Absolutely do. And I mean, that's one thing that I've mentioned to you before is I'm quite self-reflective. Where when I make a mistake, I always think to myself, well, how could I have made up for that mistake? How could I have done something different? And there's so many people that aren't like that.
Yeah.
You know, they just go through life just literally winging it. And they don't think about the consequence of their actions. But yeah, I mean, you know, is the way of things, I suppose.
I had a bogey down my throat and I coughed it onto my mic.
Oh no.
That's why I was coughing, and I couldn't help it because I was like, oh my god, I need to get it out of my throat.
It's alright.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Active Krav Maga.
I mean, absolute rubbish, Krav Maga. Like, there's so many people that rate it so positively, and it's like, it's not pressure tested. So, yeah, when you do actually pressure test Krav Maga, it's useless. It's funny that, isn't it? If
Yeah.
Krav Maga was the big bollocks, then all MMA fighters would be using it, and they don't. Alright guys and girls, well yeah, me and the wifey are on our way home now, and yeah, I mean, let us know in the comments what you think, you know, how many of these kinds of people have you experienced on the roads, you know, and whether or not you would let them on a motorcycle, you'd let them ride on a motorcycle. I don't know if I would. The wifey probably wouldn't either. And yeah, it's a bit of a paradox for us. Because I want everyone to be riding motorcycles, but at the same time, yeah, you do kind of think to yourself, maybe some people shouldn't. It's like anything though, isn't it? It's like power tools, guns, you know, like racing. Like, there's just some people that probably shouldn't be doing certain things.
I think it comes down to it's a privilege, not a right.
Like me, a perfect example for me is I have no right to go anywhere near any musical instruments.
No, I wouldn't let you near them anyway, I'm joking.
No drums, no violins, no guitars, no nothing, because I'm absolutely bloody useless. I can't play instruments whatsoever. I'd love to be able to, but I've tried and I just don't know how to do it. But yeah, wifey, do you have any closing remarks? Anything you'd like to say before we sign off today's video?
I think if someone says to you they want to ride a bike and they drive, before you react, give careful consideration to what sort of driver they are. And if you get in a car with them and you feel safe, would you get on the back of a bike with them? And that's what it comes down to in my mind.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Words of wisdom from the wifey.
Amazing. Did you see that van though?
Yeah, I know, the van like didn't look before they changed lanes. They said, there's this arsehole here. Again, like, you're in this lane, commit to going this way, you idiot. You absolute dickhead.
Yeah.
All you've got to do is do a U-turn just a bit further up. Like,
I know, right?
ridiculous, man. Anyway, I think that's a good way to conclude the video right there.
I think it is. Another idiot driver for your viewing pleasure.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, thank you ever so much for watching, guys and girls. Leave a comment, leave a like, hit subscribe. Let us know your thoughts and how you feel about these certain things. You know, have you seen really bad riders in the past? And that I think we all have. Any bad drivers? I think we all have as well. But yeah, thanks again for watching. We will catch you all in the next video, guys and girls. Have a good one.
Bye.